High Mountain Hunting Supply presents the Northwest Outdoorsmen.
Almost had a really good chance there.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Thank you.
Holy smokes, that fish is big.
What do you think? Good.
Yeah, beautiful bull.
Nice fish.
That's a nice kokanee.
It's cool. I know it's not a small one, let's put it that way.
He's a good one.
Boy, he has good lines, that dog.
Man, that's a nice bull. Nice one. That was an awesome bite.
This could be the one.
It's pretty good.
Well, let's just get in that little draw right there, this first one, and go down, see what we see there.
This week on the Northwest Outdoorsmen, we are fishing and hunting the many waters of north central Washington, home of the Upper Columbia River.
Yeah, that's a really good fish. That's a good fish. Good looking fish.
And one for the day.
Holy smokes, huh? Yeah.
High Mountain Hunting Supply presents the Northwest Outdoorsmen, brought to you by Hunt to the Sun Safaris, Oregon Cattlemen's Association, Pacific Calls, The Hunting Couple, Max Lure. North Central Washington has some of the most diverse fishing opportunities in all of the Northwest. The Upper Columbia River and its many tributaries are home to trout, walleye, kokanee, steelhead, salmon, and many other freshwater species. Good fishing can be found almost year-round, and Northwesterners take full advantage of the opportunities. Of course, they are not the first to enjoy the river's bounty, as people have been living near and utilizing its resources for 9,000 years. Come along as the Northwest Outdoorsmen explore the great river of the Northwest.
The Upper Columbia River is a fantastic venue to be able to accomplish all sorts of outdoor activities, and most everyone I know that lives here takes active advantage of the river. I'm the winemaker and owner at Icicle Ridge Winery in Shaston, Washington. I'm a fisherman, but only really casually, and it's been a long time since I've been on a serious fishing trip. I really haven't done it for years, so this was a really grand experience for me.
Summer steelhead, which is all we have in the Upper Columbia, the seagoing rainbow trout. The Wenatchee has a real healthy hatchery steelhead program as well. It's an Upper Columbia stock, and so it's ESA listed. So you have to kind of figure out how to not only provide a sport fishery, but also protect those wild fish as they come back.
Well, I grew up in Cashmere. We lived a little bit out of town. Living on the hillside overlooking kind of the Wenatchee River down below me quite a ways, but you know, I had a view of the river the whole time I was growing up. That's where my parents lived.
Oh, really?
Just a few hundred feet on the other side of that. Forever.
This is that's the house you grew up in?
Yeah. So this was my stomping ground when I was a little kid.
Really?
We would go down there in the summertime and fish for trout, spend a lot of time on the river.
Still may, but this introduction into pulling plugs for as a fishing technique was new to me. It's the first time actually I'd ever done that.
Sometimes water that looks good, you'll never catch one in, and every once in a while you'll catch something where you don't expect. So
You got one on, huh?
Yep. Here we go. It's a wild fish, so we're gonna have to let this one go.
All hatchery produced summer steelhead in the Upper Columbia have the adipose fin missing, which is the small fin just forward of the tail. And wild fish, it's illegal to actually remove the wild fish from the water. You have to release them in the water.
Nice work. That's number 2 for today.
Yeah, that was a nice fish right there.
Your line's got the magic.
Beautiful wild fish.
I didn't know what to expect in terms of how that would feel, and I can truly tell you it's one of the greater experiences of my life to feel that weighted force on the end of the line.
Wow.
Here he comes in.
I am a steelhead fisherman.
A real pretty fish.
Okay, lift and reel. Come down, there you go, I that.
See.
Lift and reel.
Yeah, I got lots of coaching, but I needed the coaching. You know, there's actually lots of expertise, technique that's involved in landing the fish in a really productive way. So I was grateful for the input.
Actually, if you took him on the other side, the current is less on this other side.
Oh, he's a beauty. you let me bring him up?
Lift and reel down. Lift and reel down.
Just don't hit that button.
Lift and reel down.
So lift the rod tip, and then when you go back down, reel like that.
Okay.
He's a big fish.
That's a big fish.
He's bigger than average.
Yeah.
When I was pulling that first fish in, it was quite the challenge, which I did not expect it to be. I actually expected it to be a little bit easier than that.
Okay, now bring it to the boat. There you go. There you go.
You're about 2 feet shy of getting close enough.
There we go.
Yes.
That's the biggest fish I've seen in
one
years.
finger fishing right there.
And it's a hatchery.
Beautiful.
You know, for me, I think your greatest moments in life are moments with great friends during great adventures. And that's what that day was. I mean, 2 of my closest friends were with me, and with the quality of guiding that I got, it was like something you'd pay hundreds of dollars for if you didn't know the people. But I got all that great expertise along with great friendship. It's just fantastic. It's just one of those days that can't be replaced.
Coming up after the break,
It's not a bad fish.
Your rod might have gotten hit too.
Pretty nice, huh?
Yeah.
ultimate archery experience. Once in a lifetime. Life-changing. Unforgettable African adventure. Archery hunting like this can only be experienced in South Africa. Book your hunt today at highmountainhuntingsupply.com.
The Northwest Outdoorsmen features Northwest residents hunting, fishing, and enjoying the Pacific Northwest. Just average sportsmen doing what the majority of sportsmen do, and that's doing it on their own.
Visit the Harrod Outdoors website for information about upcoming episodes, recipes from the Harrod's Cookhouse, Season 1 DVDs, knife sharpeners, and Harrod Outdoor gifts, including fishing lure earrings for outdoor women.
Outfit yourself or buy them for gifts at harrodoutdoors.com.
High Mountain Hunting Supply presents the Northwest Outdoorsmen, brought to you by Hunt the Sun Safaris, Oregon Cattlemen's Association, Pacific Calls, The Hunting Couple, Max Lure.
Welcome back to Hunting and Fishing on the mighty Columbia.
Well, one of the things that we really enjoy doing is fishing in the Upper Columbia River in the wintertime, where you can combine the fishing with hunting. We call it duck fishing.
We came up here to kill ducks and do some fishing,
Yes.
all at the same time. We're at Rufus Woods Lake, right behind Chief Joseph Dam.
This past winter, two good friends of mine, Bob Loomis and Hans Schmidt, and I went up there to see if we couldn't have a little cast and blast.
My hands are freezing cold.
Your hands are cold?
Yeah, ice cold.
I can't imagine why.
Really cold, wind.
What's that? I'm working on it, yeah.
Whoa. That's just too far away.
The ducks are mostly ringnecks and buffleheads and widgeon. Unfortunately, there's just not too many mallards, but it doesn't really matter to us. We're just having a good time, getting out of the house in the winter and trying to catch some fish and getting a few ducks.
Sorry, Bobby, I should have told you.
No, I'd rather do that.
Got it.
The duck hunting wasn't that great. The birds kind of stayed out of range.
What is that? Got him. Came to us.
Fishing for the triploids is pretty easy. You just put some artificial bait down on a hook, you can do pretty well. But you can catch them other ways. You can jig for them, you can troll. But in this case, we like to just anchor and throw some bait out.
Okay. We hate him. We really dislike this fish.
Well, I think that day fishing was pretty slow as well, and I only think we ended up with one fish. It makes for a really fun day.
I have done it.
Triploid trout are trout that upon fertilization of the eggs, they actually either treat them with a pressure or heat. And what that does is it changes the chromosome makeup of the egg, basically produces a fish that is sterile, it cannot reproduce. Instead of putting energy and effort throughout their life cycle into producing gametes for spawning, they put it all into their flesh, and so they get larger.
Well, today we decided to come up to Rufus Woods and do a little trout fishing, some triploid trout fishing. And my son Tyler, he was home for spring break and wanted to do some fishing. And so in years past, we've caught some really big fish up here. And so usually what we do is just a little bit of bait, a single hook, and a smile blade of some sort.
Motor started. Okay.
Today we were fishing in a variety of ways. I kind of wanted to try catching some that were where we were trolling.
We're back trolling with our downriggers around 15 feet, right on a current seam, yeah.
What we're doing there is just trying to catch the fish that are feeding along that current seam. We started out by this little island, dropped down and made a couple passes, and so Tyler was able to get a pretty nice fish.
Decent fish?
All right.
Not too bad.
Not too bad?
Tagged.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Need the net? Not bad.
The Colville tribes are doing is they actually have a project where commercial net pen operation produce fish, and the tribe then marks those fish with a floy tag, which is like a spaghetti tag, and they're also adipose clipping those fish and putting them in Rufus Woods. So currently the tribes are the only one that's actually actively stocking Rufus Woods Reservoir.
We decided we'd try a couple other places, so we went on up the river. We just decided to come over below the net pins and anchor up. We put out some bait. Here you just kind of want to fish in, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 feet of water. And then you just cast out, let it set, and Tyler was able to get his second fish that way.
About the same as the last one.
Oh. Coming up after the break.
I wouldn't call it fast at all.
Purple, huh?
Yeah. It's pretty good size. It's almost 19.
Oregon cattlemen have a heritage rich with ambition, and they care deeply about the sustainability of the state's natural resources. Producers big and small are represented by the Oregon Cattlemen's Association, formed in 1913. Today, the association works to promote environmentally and socially sound industry practices and provide hunter access.
The things that we do for our business, open space, crop, even irrigated agriculture, benefits wildlife hugely.
The Oregon Cattlemen's Association. Cattlemen care.
Hey everybody, it's Kelsey with High Mountain, and I'm excited to announce that we have become the Northwest representative for Hunt the Sun Safaris. If you're looking for an opportunity of a lifetime to go hunt one of the most incredible places along the legendary Serengeti, where Elmer Keith wrote some of his best works, this is your opportunity. Check out our website at highmountainhuntingsupply.com. That's highmountainhuntingsupply.com. Click on the safari link and check us out for the hunt of a lifetime.
High Mountain Hunting Supply presents the Northwest Outdoorsmen, brought to you by Hunt the Sun Safaris, Oregon Cattlemen's Association, Pacific Calls, The Hunting Couple, Max Lure.
Welcome back to fishing on the mighty Columbia.
Put out some bait. Here you just kind of want to fish in, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 feet of water. And then you just cast out, let it set, and Tyler was able to get his second fish that way.
About the same as the last one. Oh, jeez, I'm trying to get... Your rod might have gotten hit too just now.
It was a real nice fish too. It didn't take long. We were probably only here 10 minutes, and he was able to get one. All right. Not bad, huh?
No. His tail's chopped off.
Yeah, well, they're kind of that way. It's kind of shimmy. So I wasn't getting anything on my rod, so I started casting a little bit. So we caught our third fish on a third way, and we were using sonic bait fish. It's like a blade bait. We're fishing it like a blade bait and casting and retrieving. It's a pretty steep angle right off the bank here, so. kind of get your gear down and then bring it back up. I don't know. Suppose he stripped it? Yeah. Oh, there's one. Got him with the, he's tagged too, Tyler. Look at there. And the sonic bait fish. Little casting action. Nice one. I think he's hooked that great. Even that? Barely hooked, Tyler. Barely hooked. Pretty nice, huh? Yeah. Not big like we've normally caught them, but they're still pretty nice.
The oldest evidence of people at Kettle Falls is 10,000 years. And the oldest evidence of people on the Wenatchee River comes from house pits and fire pits just below Lake Wenatchee, up on the upper bank of the river, and those are 9,000 years. There was a village at Kettle Falls that was year-round, just like there was a village up at the Icicle Confluence that was year-round. But when the fish came in, then Indians came from all kinds of places. You know, they lived this hunter-gatherer fisher life cycle, so yeah, the rivers were very important. Well, I think it's a testament to the river and the things that we've done to it, both positive and maybe mostly negative, that hasn't, you know, the river's still there. They used it because it sustained them. We still are now. We're still drawing there.
We were fishing at Banks Lake a long time. I've been coming here a long time. We troll along with bottom bouncers, use walleye pops and worm harnesses most of the time. And you want the worm to be long, trailing behind your lure. Yeah, fish just jumped. Sadly, waiting. Should be catching. Oh, that's a good fish too. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good fish. Oh, yeah, it's gotta be. That's a good fish. Normal size is 17 to 20 inches. And you can only keep ones over 16 inches. We troll until you get a bite, then you kind of just go back over, see if there's any more fish over there. Walleyes are really good eating, so catch them as much as we can.
Walleye are a non-native predator, very popular fishery. They're great eating, and again, you spend a little time learning their habits, you can get real successful at it.
When we started at Barker Flats, caught 2. Yeah. Oh. The environment around it's kind of cool. We're like in a big bowl, kind of. Definitely looking forward to fishing somewhere else.
Coming up after the break.
Oh, he's got it on, man. That's one for the day.
Once you find them, you got to keep going over the same spot. Got to fish on this one. What do you think? You like these? Yeah.
Ultimate archery experience. Once in a lifetime. Life-changing. Unforgettable African adventure. Archery hunting like this can only be experienced in South Africa. Book your hunt today at highmountainhuntingsupply.com. Oregon cattlemen have a heritage rich with ambition, and they care deeply about the sustainability of the state's natural resources. Producers big and small are represented by the Oregon Cattlemen's Association, formed in 1913. Today, the association works to promote environmentally and socially sound industry practices and provide hunter access.
The things that we do for our business, open space, crop, even irrigated agriculture, benefits wildlife hugely.
The Oregon Cattlemen's Association. Cattlemen care. High Mountain Hunting Supply presents the Northwest Outdoorsmen. Brought to you by Hunt the Sun Safaris. Oregon Cattlemen's Association. Pacific Calls, The Hunting Couple, Max Lure.
Welcome back to North Central Washington.
Lake Chelan has a lake trout issue. On one hand, it's a great fishery. I mean, you can go out and catch fish up to 30 pounds. On the other hand, they're a nuisance problem in that they outcompete other fish, and they predate heavily on kokanee.
A real special trip that I took to Chelan several years ago was when I took my dad and my Uncle Dale. My uncle doesn't get out and fish very much anymore. Now he's gotten older, but this was a really, really fun trip.
You're gonna have to trade that in for a better model.
When we fish for lake trout, we like to use squitters, and you can use a little piece of herring on them.
How's that, Howie?
Fishing that day was pretty good. We didn't have to wait long. Fish on, huh?
So what happened, Dale?
Oh no, he's got it on there.
Well, he's not very big.
Yeah, lake trout are a problem. Yeah, but it's a good problem, I guess, in some respect. A lot of people have fun with them.
Yeah, long way, wasn't it?
He's down there a long ways, wasn't he?
Yeah, he sure was. He ran a little bit, I think.
Not only did I get time to spend with my extended family, but the day of fishing was really awesome, and we did really well catching lake trout.
Hey, that's one for the day. We'll let him grow a little, huh?
Yeah, sure.
We were fishing for kokanee in Lake Chelan. Yeah, I was home for spring break, and I was hoping to go fishing, but I wasn't expecting kokanee fishing this time of year. It's kind of early. Same depth. We're fishing at 60, 65. The water is like 100 feet more.
Kokanee are a landlocked sockeye salmon. Lake Chelan has both a natural population and a hatchery program. The stock that they have is a Whatcom Lake stock, where you get this peak where they get up to a nice 16, 18-inch size, and even sometimes larger.
It wasn't fighting very much, but now it is. What we've been catching today is a different size from what I'm used to catching when I was a kid. These are a lot bigger. And the smallest one we caught today was probably a big one back when I was a kid. Let me see it.
What do you think? You like these?
Yeah. Great looking fish.
Corn, lotion, as the bottle says.
Today we were using Max Lure's Cha-Cha squitters with a double D Dodger on it, with just a little bit of corn on the squitters. That's a good sized fish too. Whew.
Holy smokes, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we went from place to place trying to find the fish, but as soon as we found where they were, we were on them and we were hitting them hard. Chaos in the Herod boat.
Woo!
Yeah, little action in the boat. We did really well for this time of year, I think. I haven't caught this many in a long time, so it was a great day to go out.
Yeah.
Now it's time for another Harrod's Cookhouse recipe brought to you by Miklich's, Spokane's spice and gluten-free bakery since 1948. Today we're making Parmesan kokanee. Fillet fresh fish with an electric knife for a perfect kokanee fillet. If desired, remove rib bones with a fillet knife. Place fillet on aluminum foil tray so that fish can be placed onto the barbecue. Season with Miklich's lemoniest rub and garlic salt.
Ron says you gotta have garlic.
Cover fish with dry Parmesan cheese. If using a propane barbecue, place alderwood chips in an aluminum tray to create smoke. A wood-fired barbecue or smoker works excellent. Cook until fish is just flaky. Don't overcook it, and enjoy. For this and other great recipes, visit the Harrod Outdoors website. Tune in next week for another great wild game recipe.
There was a big market on the East Coast for the goat skins. They used them for rugs and stuff like that. So these first settlers up at Lake Chelan, in order to supplement their living, they would go out in rowboats. There were so many goats on the rocks. They would go out in rowboats and just row along underneath the cliffs, and they'd shoot these goats, and they'd fall into the lake, and they'd lasso them and haul them back, fishing for goats, and they'd skin them out and send the